Hello everyone, today I'm here in Abilene, Texas at the Mall of Abilene to visit their Chuck E. Cheese. As you can see by this beautiful Phase 4 exterior, this location has not gotten the 2.0 remodel yet, so they still have their animatronic in there, and I'm very excited to go in and give you guys the full store tour. But first we're going to go in those doors and check out what they have inside the mall for the CEC. Alright, so here inside the mall doors, they have a separate mall entrance that intersects into the lobby. They have a couple more diamond-shaped lights like they have on the outside. And then they have this Avenger Chuck sign right here with the Chuck E. Cheese text underneath it, and it lights up. And then over here, they have these neat window decals with the characters on them. So they're in a hot air balloon there, and there's some other kids in hot air balloons as well. A castle. Ticket balloon, really neat. And there is a look inside the CEC. And finally here, as we come down to the end of where the CEC is, we have 4 of the 1999 character headshots in window decal form. So there's Munch's, there's Chucky's, there's Jasper's, and then there's Pasquale's there on the ends. So a really neat set of the character headshots in window decal form. I have never seen anything like this before. So with that, now let's go in and do a tour of the actual CEC. Alright guys, let's start this tour off right here in the showroom. Taking a look at their stage, which is one I have never seen before, the Studio C Beta Kappa Mix. What that basically means is that the animatronic stage itself has the Studio C Beta backdrop. However, over here, they have the Kappa setup for the blue screen. Now, this is the newest version of the Kappa stage. Before they switched exclusively to betas, they did do some of these. Of course, Abilene is considered a small town market. It's kind of similar to, Salisbury, which is also in a mall. So they have the small town Studio C here. Chucky is on random movements, which is great to see. He has a setup that I've never seen before. It looks like his mouth is broken or it's stuck open, and then his arms are also positioned outward like it would be if he was working. Of course, I've been to a ton of Studio C locations, but I've never gotten to see one performing. This is honestly probably the closest I've came because the arms are out. That is normally not a thing they do on random movements. He's also wearing a special St. Patrick's Day outfit. He has a St. Patrick's Day shirt on that says it's not luck, it's skill, I guess for gaming. He's also wearing a leprechaun hat up there, which looks great, and his head turns, and I think his eyes were moving, I saw earlier. Yep, there they go. So he looks like he would be in decent shape if he was performing. It's nice to see the animatronic moving, and then of course all the lights are on. So back here we have the Beta Swirl backdrop, so those lights are on. Of course the Pizza Time clock is up there as well. The outside has a LED retrofit that's yellow. However, it looks like the original neon bulb is still on the inside of the clock. And then up here we have the colored lights up top. It looks like they are working, however they were retrofitted to LED, so there's also LED bulbs inside of there, which is okay. It has the Studio C carpet, which looks very clean and nice. And then over here we have the blue screen area. This is also lighting up, and it looks like it's also been LED retrofitted. And then the blue screen is right here. And then we have all 3 of the TVs, the CEC emblem, so stage looks great, honestly. They also have the light bar up here. They have the Gemini light, they have the strobe, they have a couple colored lights, and they have Chucky's spotlight, which is on and aiming at him. So very nice stage. Great to see the Beta Kappa mix for the first time. There's only 2 of these left. The other one is also in Texas at Lake Jackson. So very rare stage. Oh, it also has curtains, which are not on curtain tracks, but it does have curtains on both sides of the stage. All right, with the stage out of the way, now let's take a look at the rest of the store. So looking down here at the floor, we have the 2000s carpet, which is probably the carpet they opened with from day one. And then they have the 2000s green and black chairs, which I'm sure they also opened with in this store. They have those all through the showroom. And they have their furniture, which are the Phase 4 booths. Whoa, the strobe is turned on. Hopefully you guys saw that, because I almost missed it. That was quick. And then they also have the 2005 remodel in the store, which they would have opened with, so they have purple walls here on the side of the stage. They also have their restrooms hallway over here to the left of the stage with the new 2025 men's and women's signs. And they have the Kids with Chucky pieces, which are pretty standard for the 2005 remodel. So they have Smiles and Family over here on the left wall to the left of the restrooms. Right there is their tech closet. Over to the right of the stage, they have another door, which is most likely their Chucky room. And then they also have the Avenger ticket blaster here, both Avenger back and Avenger top. And And then they have the trampoline zone superhero playground. The store is actually kind of on the bigger side for a mall store, so they were able to fit the superhero playground, and they do still have their trampoline zone art with two pieces, Munch and Chucky. All right, now behind the showroom, we have the game room. It's separated by these Phase 4 booths here. And then taking a look at their game selection, first up we have Big Bass Wheel Pro, and it has Avenger Chuck here on the big win. Then after that, they have Seawolf, and then they have Space Invaders Frenzy. Right here, they have Galaga Assault, and then on the other side of that, they have Paw Patrol. Then they have Crazy Tower right here, Pink Panther, Black Hole, and Terminator Salvation. On the other side of Pink Panther, they have Hop and Stack, then they have Eiffel Tower, and Let's Go Jungle. Nitro Trucks right there. They have Pop It for Gold on the other side of Seawolf, and it does have Avenger Chuck there and there. And then next to that, they have a Sonic Spinner, Superstar, Pirate's Hook. Right here, they have the Moo Moo game with Avenger Chuck right there, which is great to see. On the other side of that, they have the Sketchbook, Avenger Software. Then they have Whack-A-Minion, Dead Storm Pirates, and Frogger. And now let's take a look at what they have over here on this side wall. Let's start over here by the entrance. Right here, they have Bike Rally, Red Hot, and Gumdrop. Red Hot does have Avenger Chuck on it, and then behind there, you can kind of see they have the Titan of Tokens piece, kind of hidden, but that's okay. And they have Dog Pounder, they have the 2 NBA Game Times, they have 2-Minute Drill, and they have 4 Alley Rollers with Marquee, Milk Jug Toss, SpongeBob Soccer Stars, Shooting Mania, Disney Pixar Cars, and then you can kind of see back there where the windows were for the mall, and that balloon mural is on them. Then they have Tippin' Blocks, Big Win Super Spin, and Dino Pop. I guess we're kind of moving into the kiddie ride area now. Right here they have Giraffe Play, SpongeBob Super Striker, and then here along the mall interior wall, we have a couple more pieces of Avenger art. We have Ambassador of Fun, and we have King of Cool. This wall is painted purple. We have more seating right here with some more Phase 4 booths. And they have Puppy Jump, and then coming on down here, we have a couple more booths. Here's a better look at their superhero playground. Right here, they have all 3 of the large Warhol tribute pieces. We have the yellow one, the purple one, and the green one. And then down here, they just have an emergency exit with no signage except for that, and then another unmarked door. Maybe that goes out into the mall or in a closet. I have no idea. All right, now finishing out our tour of the kiddie ride area, we have a couple more games in the middle of the area. Right here, they have this Route 66 motorcycle game, Route Diner. I don't think I've ever seen that before. It's kind of neat. They also have the Avenger Hot Cocoa Spinner right here with the Avenger characters on it. They also have Goalie All-Stars, and then they have the Cheapo ride right here. We have a Rockstar here, Rockstar Avenger for the rest of the characters, Rockstar right here. I don't know if I showed the back. I don't think I did. They have Rockstar back there, Rockstar down there, and then of course this stuff is gone because they have the sketchbook. They also have Barney right there, and the cartooned Airbrush Master game and Jet Rider. And then I think that is everything. All right, now resetting back here in the showroom, let's take a look at the left-hand side of the store where the counter is. First up, we have their drink machine area. They have 2 Pepsi machines. Then back there, they have the pickup window, 2.0 pickup window sign, and then the 2005 remodel kitchen sign up there. 2005 remodel caution wet floor sign down there, and then they have the original tiles. Right here, they have their ice cream machine. This one has the Avenger characters on it. However, they have the Rockstar inserts down there. They have this fundraising table, and then they have their prize counter. This wall is painted purple. They are very picked through. They only have 2 of the gumballs, Munch and Bella. They only have Jumbo Munch. They do not have Small Bella. They do have Small Pasquale. Very picked through prize counter today, unfortunately. They do have a good amount of other prizes, though. And then down here, they have Rockstar Chuck on the glass on both cases. And then they have the salad bar, since this is not low volume. All right, one more thing I forgot to show is to the right of the prize counter, above the fundraising table, they have this store's only 2005 token that I've seen. It's the smaller version. It says where it could be a kid, so I'm glad I caught that because I almost left without showing that one. I also forgot to show the 2.0 order pickup sign on the back of this booth here, and it's pointing to where the pickup window is. All right, guys, now let's talk about the history of Chuck E. Cheese here in Abilene, Texas. So way before this location opened, there were actually a couple locations that opened here in the 80s. The first was a Pizza Time Theater that opened in 1981. They would have had a balcony stage, and that closed in 1984, around the time of the bankruptcy, I guess. So there was that one, and there was also a Showbiz Pizza place in Abilene. They opened in 1982. They would have had the Rock-afire explosion, and then that lasted until 1983. And then after the Showbiz closed, they actually sent the bots to Whitehall, PA, and Abilene's bots were in Whitehall store until 2023 when they got the 2.0 remodel. So that's what happened with those, and then Abilene was CEC-less until November of 2005 when this location opened in the Mall of Abilene. They opened with this version 3 Studio C Cappa stage, Beta Kappa mix, small town Studio C, whatever you want to call it. It opened with this stage. This has been here since opening day, and then they would have opened with the 2005 remodel that you see here around the store. This was also the last Studio C Cappa stage installed in the state of Texas, so after this, for the rest of the 2000s, all of the new locations got beta stages. Now, despite not having 2.0, this location is not low volume. They have normal hours. They have the salad bar. The other Studio C Cappa stage that's left in Texas, which is in Lake Jackson, which is south of Houston, that location is low volume. And shortly after I made this video, it was announced that Abilene will be closing on April 4th, 2026. The reason CEC gave for the closure was the lease expiring. This will bring the number of Studio C Cappa stages down to 4 and the number of animatronic stages in Texas down to 1. So that is pretty much the history of this store. I'm glad I got to see it. I'm glad I got to see probably the only Beta Kappa mix I'll ever get to see in my entire life, and I'm very happy about that. So that is the history of this location. All right, now out here at the exit, they have a different carpet right here. Right here they have a Texas Notice sign. Then they have the Rub the Token for Good Luck. They have the Texas No Firearms Allowed, the 2000s version, my first time seeing that, and the 2000s version of that. Then they have the Thanks for Visiting, the newer version, on the doors that go into the mall. And then they have the maximum occupancy, which is 372, on the doors that go outside. And they have that there about locking your car. And I think that is everything. All right, everyone, well, that concludes my tour of the Chuck E. Cheese here in Abilene, Texas. Overall, it was great to see this one, great to see that art, great to see the stuff that they have inside of the mall, great to see the Beta Kappa mix stage, and just very happy I got to visit this location. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.